Have you ever been curious about the allure of Japanese fashion? Well, it's not just about clothes, it's about self-expression. And this unique form of expression found its roots in the 1980s. The 80s were a time when Japanese fashion exploded with creativity. And guess what? Each style had its own catchy name. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the fashion trends that defined Japan in the 80s, breaking them down into 6 key style categories. By the way, I'm the owner of the Japanese online fashion store, Fuzzy Tokyo. Please check our online store after this video if you are interested. The link is down in the description box. Okay, let's get started! Number 1. Hamatora. Early 80s. Hamatora is simply short for Yokohama Traditional. If you're not already in the know, Yokohama is this beautiful city in Kanagawa Prefecture. And because it's a bustling port town, it's got this whole vibe of being very stylish and sophisticated. So how did this all start? Well, it kicked off with a bang when the popular women's fashion magazine, JJ, decided to feature it. And that's why the Hamatora style is often associated with something like an elegant and refined young lady. A comfy polo shirt or sweatshirt and the cozy cardigan on top. Pair it all with a trendy wrapped skirt, some high socks, and slip into some classic loafers. That's the iconic Hamatora style. Number 2. Japanese Preppy, 1981. The term Japanese Preppy finds its roots in the influence of the Ivy look, a classic American style from the 1950s. This trend gained momentum thanks to popular fashion magazines like Popeye and Men's Club in Japan. You might have already noticed, but the influence fashion magazines have is truly significant, especially in a time before Instagram and Facebook when they didn't exist. Because they really looked up to American fashion, folks in Japan started putting their own twist on preppy style. Japanese preppy remains a classic style even today, so let's take a moment to introduce the current preppy style. Think navy blazers and cardigans, button-down shirts, comfy cotton pants, and stylish loafers as your go-to elements for mastering this iconic fashion trend. It's cool to style it with hats and canvas tote bags, isn't it? Number 3. Karasuzoku, 1982. Karasuzoku, which translates to a group of crows, might sound pretty unusual, right? Well, this all goes back to a major fashion moment called the Shock of Black, which was created by 2 iconic Japanese designers, Yohji Yamamoto and Rei Kawakubo from Comme des Garçons during the 1982 Paris collection. Picture this, the fashion world was all about colors, vibrancy, and body-hugging styles. But then, Yohji Yamamoto and Comme des Garçons decided to completely change things by introducing an all-black, loose-fitting, and worn-looking collection to the world. Fast forward to today, and black is considered a timeless color in our daily wardrobe. But back in the day, their collection received its fair share of both criticism and praise. However, in Japan, this all-black loose-fitting style was considered the height of fashion for trendsetters. Imagine oversized outfits that hide your body shape, featuring long tops with a distressed layered look. Add in bold makeup and boyish hairstyles, which were all the rage in this fashion scene. Number 4. Olive Girls, 1984. They're the kind of fashionistas who love flipping through the pages of the popular women's fashion magazine, Olive, and embracing a cute and girlish style. Frills, bows, pink, and red, these are the key ingredients for nailing that kawaii look that Olive Girls adore. As you flip through the pages of the magazine, you'll notice some recurring brands like Issey Sport, IS Tsumori Chisato Design, Atsuki Onishi, and Pink House that are beloved by Olive Girls. Casual and kawaii styles are essential for olive girls. Look for big colors, flat patterns, and frills as signature elements in this magazine-worthy style. Don't you think this style would look good in any era? Number 5. One Length Body Conscious, 1987. When it comes to iconic 80s fashion in Japan, the style of wearing body-conscious dresses with long one-length hair is definitely at the top of the list. Even today, you might catch a glimpse of this style on Japanese television, especially when 80s-themed comedians or dance groups take the stage. So what's the story behind this trend? It was an era when women were making significant strides in Japanese society, thanks in part to the enforcement of the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. While power suits with shoulder pads symbolized status and professionalism for women, the body-conscious style with its one-length hair was a reflection of their desire to embrace their femininity. You'd often find people wearing these outfits at clubs and parties dancing the night away. It is quite fascinating how fashion can mirror the changes in society. To nail this style, all you needed were a few essentials: a form-fitting silhouette, mini dress and heels. And let's not forget the iconic jacket with those bold shoulder pads that completed the look. Number 6. Shibukaji, 1988. Shibukaji is just short for Shibuya Casual. In the early 1980s, during the rise of the domestic character brand, DC Trend, people often dressed head to toe in a single brand. However, Shibukaji shook things up by promoting the idea of styling with various brands. Essentially, it was a trend that embraced diversity in fashion. In essence, Shibukaji emerged as a counter-movement to the DC brand, drawing inspiration from the American casual look. The iconic Shibukaji style consists of timeless pieces that never go out of fashion, worn with a touch of chicness. Think t-shirts by Hanes, classic Levi's 501 jeans, and Red Wing engineer boots. These items define the essence of Shibukaji fashion. So how was it? I provided a quick rundown of 6 fashion trends from the 1980s. In the early 80s, under the strong influence of American style, a wave of hamatora and Japanese preppy fashion swept across Japan. However, there was a growing desire to embrace domestic culture and express appreciation for Japanese designers. This led to the rise of DC brands, Japanese fashion designers, and character-inspired fashion. Furthermore, this era witnessed significant progress for women in Japanese society, and power shoulder suits became a symbol of their newfound status. You can clearly see the distinctive characteristics of this era. Your choice of clothing during that era reflected your beliefs and attributes. In other words, the 80s became a time when you could freely express yourself and enjoy fashion as a means of self-expression. So you could say that 1980s laid the foundation for the incredible creativity that defines Japanese fashion. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoy videos about Japanese fashion like this, please subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one!